All right, what's up, guys? Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL cornerback of the Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints, and I'm coaching you guys up. All right, so yo, keep coming with the clips, man. A lot of you guys are emailing me clips. I know it's been a few days, so I'm getting back to you right now. We're gonna go over it again. When we go over these clips, we're not judging anyone. We are doing a positive critique, just like we would do with ourselves, in order to improve. I want you guys to get my eye when it comes to knowing what you did right and knowing what you did wrong, so that you can improve and get what you need to get, whether it be a scholarship starting position or league money. Let's get it. All right, fellas. We got Richard Sherman, so he's with the Niners now. We're gonna go over the clip. See, I don't know who he's going against. I forgot the guy's name. So I really don't even be paying attention to dudes' names like that. When I see a clip I like, and I think that we can learn from, I'm going to post it. All right. Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask me for the one-on-one mastery program so you can learn all the techniques, and I'll include everything else in there for you. So we're going to watch it. Let me go ahead and push play. Let's watch one more time. Playing press man. We got Richard Sherman. That's a really good throw by that quarterback. Well, I mean, might as well just lead them actually, right? So you can score the touchdown. But I like it when they pinpoint it outside like that. All right. So what I'm seeing some people say, and I was looking at the comments in this Instagram page. It looks Red Zone. That's the Instagram page name. People are like, "Hey, did Richard Sherman lose a step? Yada yada yada." Look, first of all, Richard Sherman is not a burner. He's never been a burner. He's not a super fast guy. Like Richard Sherman, I think he ran like a high 4.5 at his best, and that's after training. I don't know if he ran it at the combine or pro day, but I mean he's not like he's not a super fast guy. Richard Richard Sherman is good because of his attitude and how smart he is. He's a Stanford guy, and he has a supreme attitude, and he's really good usually at his technique. Now, does that mean we won't ever mess up in our technique? Trust me, everybody will get got, especially if you do what I say when it comes to what 10,000 reps. Have you guys done your 10,000 reps? So how many times did you get beat? How many times did you get out of your technique? Even after you work with me in person, or you got your the one-on-one mastery. So I understand that. So we don't judge guys. Look, everybody's gonna get got. Now let's look at this and see where we get got. It's hard to tell, but I can tell from the reaction. I'm gonna go ahead and make a guess and an assumption that we got right here because of our eyes. We like, well, coach, how do you know that? You can't tell if he's looking at him or not. You're right. Because normally when we do the one-on-ones, especially at like the Nike opening or the rivals, it's closer. The camera's like right here. You can see what he's looking at. But I can go ahead and make a guess. The reason why is because what happens? Let me show you one more time. Okay. What happens is he gives us a move, and then we hop. So I can go ahead and I'm telling you from hours upon hours of watching film, and then my own experiences playing college ball in the NFL by looking at myself. Usually when I hop, okay, it's because my eyes raise up. So number one, we talk about eyes, feet, hands. The number one thing, and I had a couple guys in the comments, and maybe like 200 videos ago. I don't know if you were a high school guy or college guy. I think you might have been a high school guy, but he said, "Man, Coach Mark, thank you so much because once I learned how important my eye discipline, my eyes were, I just worked on it, worked on it. And now just from that, not even knowing all the techniques, but since my eyes are more disciplined to stay on the guy's waist, I'm able to mirror him up that much better. So thank you." That's what he told me. And I'm telling you, that's the first thing. The first thing that we talk about, I say eyes, feet, hands. Eyes, feet, hands. Okay? Eyes, if your eyes raise up, fellas, I'm telling you, if they raise up, most likely you're going to raise up. And then if he gives us a nice move, you're going to be hopping. You're going to be hopping instead of shuffling or buzzing your feet. See, a shuffle and a hop are two different things. And that's why I always tell my guys at cornerback, you need to be excellent. And matter of fact, not just corner, fellas, linebacker and safety. At these positions, you're going to have to be excellent at these things: backpedaling, shuffling, diagonal running, and of course sprinting, right? Going forward. All right. So you're gonna have to be really good at these things, and you're gonna have to know when to use them. So Richard Sherman, I'm telling you, I watched a lot of film on Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman is an elite cornerback. He knows. So he knew where he messed up on this. I want you guys to know your eyes. I bet you his eyes raised up, and it can be habit. If you don't drill this into your mind, if you don't get these 10,000 reps in, what you're gonna do is you're gonna notice that you're looking up. And if you get a good receiver, or receivers give you just a little move, you're gonna go with that head fake. Like, remember when I posted that video where like that guy from Receiver Factory was posting this? One of the drills he did, he calls it a stick system, and they stick and they give you that head fake really hard, like they right. Well, remember when I told you what happens when when we're watching that drill? If you look at his head, what happens? You like kind of go with it. But what happens when you look at his waist? He can't go anywhere without his waist. So, but if you raise up, here's what happens. You're gonna hop. Now, since if our eyes are bad, meaning our eyes raise up to his chest or his head, your eyes. Let me just let you know, your eyes need to remain on his waist. Okay. That way you won't hop. You'll be able to mirror him better, and he won't be able to stack as easily as he did. But let's say that happens. Now, since you hop, your feet are going to be messed up, and then you're not going to have an opportunity to strike your hands. So remember when I talk about press, I said eyes. Focus on eyes first. They got to be disciplined on the waist because you can't go anywhere without it. Then feet, right? So now we got to have a plan to do with our feet, whether it be this technique or that technique or this technique. I got like 9 of them, right? And then you're able to give a firm strike. So I noticed guys, when I'm working with them, they're not fully extending, they're not getting a firm strike, or they're shooting 2 hands that usually gets their hips locked. I'm more of an alternating strike. So even if you slap this hand down, I'm alternating, hit you with the other one. Guess what? My feet save me because I'm square, right? And I have a plan and I'm shuffling. And then I open up and run, and then we squeeze. If you don't get your eyes right, and I learned this a lot, like Greg Williams is really good at teaching this, man. He taught us from a defensive standpoint. He was like, show me what you're looking at, and I can show you a bad football player. That's how important your eyes are, no matter what position on the field, especially at this position right here, right? So if your eyes are screwed, guess what? It messes up everything. It messes up everything. Because then you're going to be out of position with your feet, and then you're going to be out of position with your strike. So I say all that to say this. Make sure we focus on not hopping, and we're shuffling, and our eyes must be disciplined. Okay? And then right here, I would say the receiver. I think the receiver wasn't expecting Richard Sherman to hop that far over. So look, receiver, he still kind of bowled this out just a little bit more than I would say he would probably like to. His coach was probably telling him, hey, look, you got him going, immediately stack, right? But I just think he kind of like shocked himself with that as far as Richard Sherman hopped over. And then at this point, we just got to turn on the Jets, But again, Richard Sherman's never been a burner, man. Like, so I see some people talking like, oh, did he lose a step? Nah, he didn't lose no step. He just never been a burner. He just that good at technique. And guess what? One-on-ones, shoot, you get you 10,000 reps, and if you're going against the best receivers, you're going to get got sometimes. Oh, another thing. Check this out. So sometimes I get a lot of guys who like, Coach, the thing about me being a short cornerback, I'm short, yada yada. I've answered this question so many times. Okay. All right. Yo, stop talking about that, guys. I don't care if you're 5'3". Okay. If you know what you're doing, if you know the techniques and you practice this over and over again, it doesn't matter because really most look like 10% of coverage is going to be in the red zone where it's a jump ball. That stuff doesn't matter. It doesn't matter everywhere on the field. And even on that jump ball, fellas, you can learn how to box guys out. It's positioning. It's more so than height, right? Now, obviously, if you got long arms in your press, you may be able to strike a guy better. But guess what? You're supposed to have good feet. You got a low center of gravity. So stop talking about how short you are, man. Use it as your benefit and learn how to box people out when it comes to the jump ball. Make sure your technique is right. Master this stuff that I'm teaching. Master it, and then get your 10,000 reps in at a high level against the best receivers humanly possible. You're going to be good. You're going to be great. you're going to be the best that ever lived. That's the only mindset that you should have. So guys shouldn't hit me up asking, hey, coach, do you think I can make it? Or, hey, coach, I'm kind of short. I don't want to hear that. If you're on this channel, your mindset is, I'm going to be the best that ever lived. And then it turns into, I am the best that ever lived. You look at yourself every morning in the mirror and you say that to yourself, God dog it. You say it. And then you start to feel it. And then you start to believe it. And then you put the work behind it. Okay? So with that being said, hey, look, Richard Sherman is tall. He's a tall cornerback. And I will always say this, man. Usually, there's no excuses. I want you to guard everybody. But the big, long receivers are the easier guys to guard. Okay? Those are the easier guys to guard. The guys that are harder to guard are these guys. And the cornerbacks that the college cornerbacks do know, and then the NFL guys know, these are the guys. These are the hard guys to guard, right here. These little short, shifty guys. Okay, you know. So I just want to let you know that, man. Understand that. These big guys, you should lick your chops when you see those guys. You be like, oh, I'm gonna be here all day. You can't even get me out of my shuffle. I'm a Marcus Peters you right now, man. You feel me? So understand that, man. Start seeing yourself as elite. You got to have a certain type of level of confidence at cornerback. So even though Richard Sherman got beat right here, right? What is he gonna do? Is he gonna mope and go back and say, man, I'm having a bad day. Man, no. You say, okay, cool. I know what I did wrong. I got to get my eyes back disciplined. I'm not going to make sure I hop. I'm going to make sure that I don't hop. And then I'm going to go lock these dudes down. What's up? Y'all can't see me. What's up? I don't care if you got beat 100 times. You got to be that way at cornerback. Okay? You're going to get beat. Sharpen your tools. Learn the technique. Work extra. And get back and know that you're the best that ever lived. Bottom line. Facts only. Let's get it, fellas. Y'all got me hyped up here. Email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Ask me for the one-on-one mastery so you can learn all the techniques. You can build that confidence. And that you can work to be the best that ever lived. That's the only mindset. There is nothing else. There is no second place. There is no third place. There is no fourth place. There is nothing else. You got to be the best that ever lived. I don't care your situation. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care if you're a billionaire. If this is what you came to do, you need to be the best that ever lived. I don't care if you got $1 to your name. You got to be the best that ever lived. I don't care if you're 5'3", 6'4", the best that ever lived. That is the only mindset. There is nothing else. Peace, fellas.